So in my Hero Academia report yesterday, I mentioned that I would try to get a bunch of content out this week. I still plan on doing that, but initially I had planned on getting multiple videos out today. That might not be the case anymore. This report took a lot more time than I thought it would. However, I'm kind of glad because what I ended up coming up with is something I really think you are going to enjoy. I have a lot of material to go over in this video. You see, it seems like my anime list staff are very unhappy with NuxTaku and LostPause over the whole Ishuzoku Reviewers situation. They are retaliating in a way against those YouTubers, and in doing so, a certain My Anime List member on staff has accidentally revealed questionable business practices about My Anime List. This is getting very embarrassing for Mal, to the point where I wonder if they're trying to give Funimation some competition. I'm joking about that. I don't think they're trying to give Funimation competition here in terms of who looks the worst in this situation. But Mal is not looking good. Let me give you a really quick TLDR on this if you don't know what's going on already, but you probably do. So, Ishuzoku Reviewers comes out, Funimation licenses it, they end up dropping it. A email that gets sent to a customer inquiring about where the show went goes viral, saying more or less that Funimation dropped it because it fell outside of their company standards or something like that. Now, a bunch of people start covering the situation, laughing at Funimation, and it's a great time. LostPause and NuxTaku asked some of their viewers to consider going over to My Anime List and voting Ishuzoku Reviewers 10 out of 10, make it the top-rated anime of all time. Nux especially enjoying this flex. And they nearly succeeded. I believe it got to rank 2. I don't think it ever got to rank 1. And currently it's going down the ranks. It's still in the top 10 as of me speaking right here, but it is falling down a little bit. So that's where we're at now. Now, let me show you Mal's retaliation and how poorly the staff is handling this situation. We're going to start with this post, which is actually near the end of my report on Nyannet. I'll link the whole report in the description if you want to take a look at it. And unlike yesterday, where I did admit that there wasn't much in the report yesterday to see, just the unredacted version of the image I used in the video, this report you probably want to take a look at. There's a lot of good stuff there. But stay and watch this video, of course, first. Now, let me show you this. This is a post by Shymander, apparently a social media manager for My Anime List, according to their Twitter bio. And they write, @NuxTaku is an asshole. He isn't funny, telling your 1 million plus followers to create thousands of bot accounts to boost Ishuzoku Reviewers does not flex on Funimation. It makes more backbreaking work for volunteers who are already at their limit to keep Mal running. Volunteers in all caps. Now keep that in mind. Keep the volunteer thing in mind throughout this video. It's going to be a huge point coming up. Meet Kaneta, apparently the lead administrator for My Anime List. And their tweet directly conflicts with the one we just read, because Kaneta claims that they aren't bot accounts. They write, "They aren't bots. A YouTuber told his 1 million followers to go upvote the anime on Mal, and so far about 20,000 have done so. Our anti-rating troll measures are planned to take effect sometime this month. I'll be creating an announcement once the exact release date is decided." So Shymander, the social media manager for Mal, according to their bio, claims something that directly conflicts with other My Anime List staff, and they decide to go tag NuxTaku on Twitter and call him an a-hole, as you saw earlier. Great job, social media manager. You're really doing My Anime List great service here. You really are. Now, you'll notice something with Kaneta, going back to Kaneta. A YouTuber told his 1 million followers, and then in this other tweet they say, when a person tells his 1 million plus followers, there's a routine thing here with Kaneta. They seem completely fearful of naming LostPause or Nux. Like they are really doing everything they can not to name them so they don't indirectly promote them or something. The impression I get is that Kaneta and arguably the Mal staff in general really despise NuxTaku and LostPause. Maybe they just despise YouTubers in general. I don't know. That's the impression that I get. And it's not just based on these tweets. You see, there's also a forum post by Kaneta as well. Why don't we take a look at that? So if you want to read this entire forum post and the tweets that I'm not reading entirely in this video, kind of just going over the highlight parts that I think are most important for me to comment on. Again, it's all in the Nyannet report for your convenience. Link in the description if you want to take a look at all of that. But here's what stands out to me the most about this forum post and what I want to comment on right here. Kaneta wrote, I wanted to make a follow-up post here in light of the current onslaught of Ishuzoku Reviewers. The onslaught, led by one individual, again, refusing to name them, led by one individual who has seemingly either lost his marbles or let internet fame get to his head. Thanks to this individual's easily influenced mob followers, Ishuzoku Reviewer's score has been tampered with so badly, it makes the trolls who spammed Chihafuru 3 look weak. Finally, I just want to say thanks to the rational thinking users who posted or thought things similar to some comments in this Reddit thread. Yes, everyone, dude, this post is too much. Only the people you agree with are rational. If they disagree with you, they are trolls. They're arguably insane, as you imply here. Nux lost his marbles or let internet fame get to his head, or they're just a mob of followers. Mal's staff is handling the situation so poorly. They write, I know it soothed the moderator team a little to see others recognize that this senseless action only harms volunteers. Again, keep in mind the volunteer thing, it's important, and users of an unrelated website. Before we continue, though, let me mention something. In my coverage of the situation previously, I never sent any of my community over to my anime list because it's just not my style. And I had a little bit of sympathy for them, slightly, because I can understand, it's probably a lot to deal with. I admit, it's probably a lot to deal with, having all those new users go to the site and vote something, and they want to figure out how to handle that. I can sympathize with that a little bit. I really can. Because at the end of the day, man, it's business, and I love business. So that said, though, any slight sympathy that I had for my anime list has pretty much gone down the drain with how terrible I have, in my opinion, found them to be handling the situation. And the whole volunteer thing, which we'll get into we'll get into that soon enough. It's an important thing for sure. It's a huge part of this report. I'm just you need all the backstory before we get to that. So let's just establish also that my anime list has gotten quite a lot of free promotion from the situation. I mean, between Nux and Noble, you're looking at around 700,000 views. Probably a bit more than that. Other YouTubers also cover the situation. For example, between Yellow Flash and myself, that's like another couple 100,000 views right there. So my anime list probably got around 1 million views of free promotion. And that's no joke. Okay, now let's continue on with this Reddit post. It reads, it's funny, but also kind of not. Mal, for all its shortcomings, is being run by volunteers. Again, keep that in mind. People have spent a lot of time cultivating and working on that website for free, looking up and making stats and charts based off of it. The anime community, as much as we don't like Mal, still looks at it as an integral part of the community. Sure, it's all meaningless, but it's fun meaningless. It's why the people who run Mob Psycho's anime account take notice when the show does well. I wouldn't doubt it if a couple of mangaka look at Mal to see how well their anime adaptation is doing, because we know some definitely check Reddit. To just go and intentionally sick your viewers on him is just thoughtless at best and mean-spirited at worst. Yeah, sure, voter manipulation is bad. So what, you just keep messing with the site and make volunteers work harder? Is that a solution? Maybe if they weren't aware of the shortcomings, but they are aware and working on solutions. I did have a good kick out of it, though. This is just disgusting hypocrisy from Reddit. Classic Reddit. Rules for thee, but not for me. This person literally writes how they got a laugh out of it, how they found it kind of funny, and they got a kick out of it, a laugh out of it. But then they go, hate on the YouTubers, and basically what they write here, this is how I see it at least, anyone on YouTube, the YouTube community, they can't enjoy the situation. But us on Reddit, we can laugh at this. Oh, and Mal did nothing wrong, by the way. But really, what stands out to me is the mention about volunteers. And remember that the social media manager also said it makes more backbreaking work for volunteers. So maybe we should start talking about that. A few things for the record, though. That post was the most upvoted post in that thread about the Ishuzoku Reviewer in my anime list situation. That's why I wanted to cover that one. Most upvoted. Also, I don't dislike all of Reddit. For example, I'm wearing a Reddit Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu patch on my gi. I think some of the niche Reddits are really fine. It's just certain Reddits, usually some of the larger ones, are infested with these very hypocritical, very strange, and weird individuals. Now we will get into the volunteer/financial part of this video. And this is going to be very, very interesting. You've seen how multiple people now claim that the volunteers have to fix this situation. The volunteers have to fix this. The social media manager even saying that it will be backbreaking work for the volunteers. And my question to my anime list is, if this is such a big issue, and some of the staff on my anime list are making it seem like this is the biggest issue that Mal has ever had, why is it that the volunteers are being forced to do this allegedly? That's what the staff is saying, at least some of them. I haven't seen any staff counter that point. So why are the volunteers doing this? Because my anime list should be making pretty good money. They have affiliate marketing on their site. For example, you can see here on the Ishuzoku Reviewer rating page, there's a Amazon affiliate button right here. But I can take that way further. You see, on my anime list, they have a whole section about advertising. And one of the claims on their advertising page is that each month they display 150 million page views to over 12 million unique visitors. 150 million page views to over 12 million unique visitors every month? That is a huge number. My anime list should be making pretty good money if that is a true claim that they are stating. And I sure hope my anime list is not lying to their potential advertisers. By the way, if you want to advertise on my anime list, their contact us form says that you need a minimum budget of $10,000 a month. $10,000 a month minimum to advertise on my anime list. And that's only for one company wanting to advertise. Keep that all in mind. Now, I can understand that my anime list might have a combination of paid staff and volunteers. But if your staff and if people in your community are going to say that this is such a big problem and the poor volunteers are going to break their back fixing this, maybe you should have the paid staff deal with this massive issue and not the poor volunteers doing this for free. That seems like very questionable business practices to me. All right, my friends, that does it for this report. I hope you found it very interesting. Hope you enjoyed it. Please consider sharing this video, hitting the thumbs up button, commenting down below. All that stuff will help this video do well. And I hope this video does well. This is some pretty crazy stuff, man, in my opinion. I just can't believe so many of the companies at the top of the anime industry in the West have such weird business practices. I mean, you see it from so many of them. You really do. You really do. I have shout outs for the very kind people who promoted my video yesterday. That's going to be Sir Wolf, Bruno, On the Brain, Deshaun Miller, The Dinosaur King, Matt A, Richard O'Neill, JD, Stefan K, Yin Yang Guy, Phantom Raven, DXDKJ, Ambi-Pass Studio, Production, Stefan K, Devin E, and no one important. Thank you all very much. Once again, I hope you enjoyed this video. I'll try to get multiple topics out tomorrow. There's still a whole bunch of things to discuss. So if you're not subscribed to this channel yet, I think it would be a good idea for you to subscribe. I really do. I think you'll get enjoyment out of it. And I hope that's the case. And with that all said, I will see you next time.